Hello there, Cartwright Redford. Jamie here back with your mystery shop results. I sent my lead to your dealership on Monday, April 13th at 12:32 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I inquired on a 2013 Taurus. Now, the first response received was an email at 12:59. You did a nice job with that response time, only 17 minutes after receiving the lead, so great job with that. Just be sure that you're first picking up the phone and calling your customer. Remember, the goal is to get your customer on the phone within 15 to 30 minutes of receiving that lead at your dealership. This way, you're giving your dealership an advantage over the competition. So you want to pick up that phone, call your customer, schedule that appointment with authority, and then follow up the phone call with a personal email, which should thank the customer for taking the time to speak with you on the phone and confirm the next steps with them. Now, I'm starting out my video here showing you the lead that was sent to your dealership, and we can see here that I did include that phone number. Now, if we take a look here at the screenshot of my call tracking site, we can see that there were no phone calls received from your dealership. So we just want to be sure that we are reaching out to the customer. I did place a test call to the phone line, which I've included in the audio portion of this shop so that you could hear that the phone line was working. Now next, I want to talk about the email received. The only time you should be sending an email prior to that conversation with the customer is if you have already made an attempt to reach them by phone first and you were unsuccessful doing so. Otherwise, you should always call the customer first and then send the follow-up email. Now, if you are going to send an email prior to the conversation with the customer, you want to include a lot more information, so I want to talk about this. Now, the positives, though, is it was received in my inbox. Your subject line does define the purpose of the email along with whom it came from. In the future, though, I suggest including the vehicle of interest. So instead of just saying vehicle inquiry, you want to say, your Taurus is waiting for you here at Cartwright. Something a bit more eye-catching, but I did give you credit. Now, next, what you want to do is attempt to validate the customer's vehicle of choice with positive words or industry information. So say it's a great vehicle or a beautiful vehicle. You also want to offer information on that specific vehicle as well. Include some photos and specs, additional information. Always address that availability. So include great news that vehicle is available, or if it's not available, make sure to include that as well. You also want to offer additional price quotes and alternate vehicle options. Keep in mind that 86% of customers will purchase something other than what they initially inquired on. So it is important to offer those other vehicles. You also want to make sure you have something to fall back on if necessary. Now, in addition to that, be sure that you're answering any questions asked in the lead. I did ask about availability. You also want to mention that you will be setting up a future phone call. This way the customer knows to expect that call from you. For the signature file, in addition to your name, title, dealership, and this link here, I would like to see the link to your dealership included in that file. However, you also want to include your direct dial phone number and personal email address as well. Also, make sure that you're including a link in the body of the email as well. This could be a link to your inventory, pre-approval, a video, directions, any type of link in that body of the email would be acceptable. You also want to build value as well. So think of either a proposition statement or include any special incentives. Think like a customer and sway their opinion towards Cartwright Redford over the competition. Your secret code today is CALL, C-A-L-L. Be sure you're always picking up that phone and calling your customer every time you receive that lead.